Washington State University. Go Cougs!
Hello everyone, thank you for coming. I met all of you and I think you guys all got my handout, right? Okay, so my name is Gina Sprint. The only person I know here is Jason, who I met at Gonzaga, where I work now, but I was here in Pullman for 6 years, walking up and down the hills. I lost my cougar calves as I found out walking here. But I did my PhD with Dr. Cook, graduated in 2016, and every now and then she asked me to come back and just do some stuff to help out, which I'm more than happy to do because of how much she's helped me out. So it sounds like everyone here is psychology. We have one engineering and one computer science. Is that correct? Okay, so those of you who are psychology, you want to tell me a little bit about any experience you've had with programming?
None.
None?
No,
I took a computer science class in high school, but it was in Java, and I don't remember much.
Okay, nice disclaimer. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Once in high school, I took a web publishing class, so I learned a little about HTML.
Okay, great. That'll actually come a little bit in handy towards the end. We'll do a little bit with Markdown, which is like HTML. Okay, yeah?
I used NetLogo, which is like a biological modeling program.
Okay, see, that's cool. I don't even know how to use NetLogo. So that's awesome. Anyone else in the back? Yeah.
My dad tried to teach me Python basics, and I've also learned some stuff.
Okay, nice. So the Python basics is what we're going to do today. So that will also come in handy. Anyone else? Engineering? Even if you've done some programming in Excel, right? Like conditional formatting, if statements, functions, right? That's programming. It's computational thinking. So you guys should give yourself more credit. You've done a lot. How about SAS, SPSS? Yeah, you do some programming in there, right? Like some commands, basic commands. I'm guessing, I actually don't know. Never worked with that. But, and so I hear. Okay, so what I've done, because I was told it'd be a group of computer science, psychology students, but it sounds like mostly psychology. So maybe we'll be able to spend most of our time on part one. So on the handout, I got part one and part two. I don't have a slideshow. I don't really do PowerPoint. I just do kind of notes like this. So part one, I want to go through what is Python, what is a programming language, a little bit about what is data science. Can you pass that down, please? What is data science? Why is it important for you guys in psychology, undergraduate research students? How can it help you answer your research questions? And then we'll go through a little bit of hands-on programming, nothing too intense, but if I go too fast, let me know. And please ask questions because I'm here for you guys. So let me know what you want to know more about, and I can even tweak it as we go. And then the last part, I have some data science demos. I don't know how much time we'll have. I hope to get through at least maybe the first one. But if we don't get through them, that's okay. These are just resources here for you guys if you want to learn more. And the last thing I'll say before we get started, the highlighted sections, the first one is the link to open up this document on Google Drive. So you can click the links if you want instead of having to type them. Or if you lose this sheet of paper, maybe you could save that link. And then the other ones are links to WSU resources. So before I went to Gonzaga, I taught Computer Science 111. I even saw one of the posters out there for that class. It's a really great class here. It's just supposed to get people introduced to Python, maybe who aren't going to be computer science majors. And all of my resources for that class are available online, so you can go use them to learn more. And then Dr. Cook and Dr. Schmitter-Edgecombe, they have an online suite of course tools called AHA, Activity Health Analytics. I did not name it. They did, but it's kind of clever. And I have a few modules in there, and so I have links to those as well. So there's lots of resources from WSU to help you learn more. And then, of course, just Google Python, and there's hundreds and hundreds of resources online. Okay, so first things first. We're going to start with what is Python. So before we talk about that, I want to talk a little bit about what is a programming language, just so that everyone's on the same page. So right now, I'm talking to you guys in English, and you guys are understanding because you're interpreting my English, right? But if I just told my computer to go download some web content, I might try to tell Siri how to do that, right? But she doesn't know how to write a program that could do that. So how many of you have heard of binary? Zeros and ones? Okay, great. So that's the kind of language that your CPU, your central processing unit, knows how to interpret, zeros and ones. But that's not really convenient for us English-speaking natural language folks to type in, right? Like, it'd be really hard to memorize a bunch of chunks of zeros and ones, right? We can't do that. We're very bad at that. So that's why we have programming languages. They're kind of like this intermediate step for us to tell the computer what to do. And that programming language has a program that will convert your program into zeros and ones. It's a lot, right? Too heavy, too fast, maybe. Okay. But you don't have to worry about it. It's really nice. Python is an amazing language. It's actually my favorite. I preach about it all the time. So now you know a little bit about programming language. Let's take a look at Python and some other ones. So this first link talks about the most popular languages of 2018. And I want to show this diagram because you might be surprised how many languages you actually do know. How many languages you actually do know. For example, Java. How many of you guys have seen that little Java pop-up that says Java needs to be updated? All the time, right? You see that all the time because Java is the most popular programming language in the world. Every one of your computers has Java installed on it. Whether you've written a Java program or not, doesn't matter. You need the Python interpreter, the Python program, to translate Java programs into machine code to run on your laptop. C and C++, kind of older, pretty common. And then here, number 4 is Python. A few others, JavaScript. Who said they've worked with HTML? I think there was someone. HTML. You work a little bit JavaScript? Mm-hmm. Yeah. JavaScript is what is used essentially to handle interactions with websites. So HTML stores the content, CSS is how to display that content, and JavaScript is how to essentially interact with that content. Probably one, maybe two more. MATLAB. I think I mentioned a little bit about MATLAB to some of you. That's typically used in like math classes or engineering classes for linear algebra, matrix computation. That's what MATLAB's really good for. And then I'll also mention Swift. This is Apple's programming language. So if you want to write like a Mac OS, tvOS, watchOS, iOS app, you'll probably be learning Swift. So there's a lot of different languages. Some are specific for like website development or Mac development. Java is general purpose. It's also what Android apps are written in. That's another reason why it's so popular. So we're going to learn Python, which is a general purpose language. You can use it for building Mac OS apps, Windows apps. You can also use it for data science, which is kind of the purpose of why we're all here today, I assume. Okay, so let's move on a little bit to what is data science. I shamelessly took this definition from Wikipedia. You can read through it at your own leisure if you want. But I like to think of data science as, of course, the science of data. Specifically, you've got some data and you want to use it to answer some research questions. And you guys do that all the time, right? Maybe you're not using Python for your data science. You're using Excel or SPSS or SAS, right? Or Java, right? Python is just one means to that data science end. But it's one of the most popular, if not the most popular, and I put a link here if you want to read about some other popular programming languages for data science. Okay, last two comments on data science, and then you guys look bored. We'll start typing and doing some Python. So Harvard Business Review named data science to be the sexiest job of the 21st century. And this was published in 2012. So this is not something new, even though I think it's been in the news a lot lately because of AI and machine learning and stuff like that. But data scientists, I mean, people from all walks of life become data scientists. So there's statisticians, mathematicians, computer scientists, psychologists, social scientists. Everyone can become a data scientist. Really, you just need the ability to learn a lot of the new up-and-coming tools and then get with a company who's got just troves and troves of data. So if this stuff's interesting to you, perhaps you might want to consider it as a career path. And one reason why you might want to do that is Forbes rated data scientists as the best job for work-life balance. I have some friends in Silicon Valley who'd probably argue that a little bit, but there's a lot of reasons to pursue data science.